Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am Wolfstalker25, and today I got a new action figure related video for you guys. This is my top 10 favorite action figures of 2021. I do apologize, this is coming so late. It is currently January 18th as I'm recording this video, and I wanted to record this earlier. I wanted to record it before the end of the year. I was waiting till after Christmas because, Christmas figures come through and there's a lot of other cool stuff that I acquired, and I didn't want to, completely, cut the year off early and start recording the video. But then I had another figure coming in the mail that released in 28 or 20 not 18, wow, 2021, and I wanted to put it on the list. I knew I was going to love it, and I do love it. It is on the list. But I just didn't want to, leave it out because I didn't want to consider it a 2022 figure because it did release in 2021, so it deserves to be on this list. These are a couple honorable mentions. There are about 20 figures here. There's a couple reasons for why some of these are here, and you'll see that there are things that were on my list. If you did watch my list when I was with my friend Nate on Out of the Basement on their channel about probably 3-4 weeks ago or whatever, we both did our top 10 favorite figures of the year, and if you do want to go check that video out, I will probably post a link in the description to the podcast or stream that we did together over on his channel. If you want to check out my previous list, because it has changed, there are several figures that were on that list before that are gone. But you'll notice them here, and there are a lot of things I really do want to do a quick point out. The Sentinel is here. I do own it. I actually own 3 of it. I still have one of it in box. I haven't opened yet. I haven't decided what I want to do with it. But these guys are awesome. I didn't do a review on them. I really wanted to, but they are just so massive. I didn't know how I was going to review it. As you can see, there he is up there. But yeah, so I just didn't know how I wanted to review it, and I figure it's too late now. There were so many other reviews on it. I didn't have anything special for it, so I just didn't do it. But that figure was like $350. And I feel like it's just unfair to put that in my top 10 because the most expensive figure on the list is barely over 150. They're all single releases, they're all 6-inch, but I just wanted to do an honorable mention for it. Everything else here, I love all these figures. That Sentinel Fighting Armor Wolverine back there is really cool, but I got that started this year, but I ordered it at the end of last year as well, so it's another one that came through late, but I just didn't want to throw it on the list because I didn't have it long enough, so I don't want to give it that much credit. I don't know about that Jurassic World Amber Collection Raptor. I don't know when it released, so I didn't want to put it on the list, but it's a really good figure as well. Master Chief's awesome. You might see him pop up somewhere else later in this video. SH Figuarts Beerus and Super Saiyan Goku are cool. SH Figuarts Pac-Man's awesome. The Fortnite Victory Royale series, Ripley is really cool. I really like him. That modular Iron Man is beautiful. I love it. Same as the Venom. I just wish the Venom wasn't the cell shaded. This Revoltech R2D2 right here is another one that I wanted to include. Same as it was one that could have been on the list of my top 10 favorites because it's an amazing figure, but I think it's a re-release, and I don't know if it even came out this year. I got it at the beginning of the year, but it could have been, a last year release because I got it on Big Bad Toy Store, so I don't know. Echo, another awesome Black Series figure as well right there for Star Wars. The black and gold Spider-Man suit. It's inaccurate, that's why it's not on the list, but I do love it. Power Ranger figure is awesome. The robot spirit thing from Bandai for the Pacific Rim Atlas Destroyer is a really good figure. I really like it. It's my first time messing with any of those, but it just couldn't make the list. And then we got our Spartan Collection Emil. I only wanted to include one Spartan Collection figure on the list. I could have easily thrown Emil on here. I could have easily thrown Jerome on here. Some of the other multiplayer ones are pretty cool. I don't have June yet, unfortunately, so he can't make the list, and I don't have the Yoru or Yorai or whatever Samurai Spartan yet, so they didn't make the list. The Mafex Black Manta is an amazing figure, as well as the Stealth Agent Carter. She's awesome too. And then you see Mark III Iron Man, who is another one, and the McFarlane Blood Angel, I think, Space Marine. Those two are both on my top 10 from Nate's video when we were together doing that, and they didn't make the list, unfortunately. But they're amazing figures, and there are just some that I rethought about later and changed my mind on, so they ended up here in the honorable mentions. There are so many more. 2021 was an amazing year, and I want to just really quickly thank all of you guys for joining me on the channel, and subscribing and watching the videos and commenting when you do. I just appreciate the support, and I just want to say thank you guys so much. But if you are new here and this is your first video checking out of mine, I got plenty of reviews. I got plenty of reviews coming for the rest of the year, and I really do want to say, if you haven't already, I would always appreciate a subscribe if you are new. And if you do enjoy the video, go ahead, leave me a like down below. But we're going to get into the top 10 of my favorite figures of the year from 2021. I'm going to quickly clear these guys all off the workstation, and I'll bring you guys back as soon as I have that. Alright, and welcome back, everybody. This is number 10 for my top 10 of the year. This is the Marvel Legends Miles Morales Gamerverse Spider-Man. I love this figure. It actually beat the Mark III Iron Man out of the list, and I replaced it for here. I didn't want too many Marvel Legends. Now, Marvel Legends are my main figures that I collect, but I just didn't want too many on the list. I didn't want to be cluttered, so originally Miles didn't make it, but I love this figure. I love the posing. I love being able to get him down in this, like, hunched over pose. It is an amazing figure, and I really do love having it in the collection. I really hope they go back and redo the previous Gamerverse Spider-Man. I would love to see it redone again. I would love to see more Miles Morales figures from the game get made into, like, plastic figure form, more suits. A little bit of a tag in. Now, this is another figure entirely, but it is the same Miles Morales Gamerverse Spider-Man, but it is the active, like, camo cloaked one. This is another figure. Really, it's the same figure, so you could say either one is your favorite. I prefer the painted one because I just love the look of, like, him like this. But I'm gonna say they're both, like, equally on this list for number 10 because they're together, essentially. They're the same thing. They kind of complete each other in a way. Now, that's not to say that you need the other one to make the normal one better, or you need the normal one to make the camo one better, but I do like them both together. So I'm going to say that's my number 10. My number 9 for the year is another Marvel Legend. It is the comic book Ultron. This figure is beautiful. I love it. I love the silver paint on it. I love the crackle effect in the mouth. The head sculpt is awesome. It works with the previous Ultron head that came with Vision, the retro carded Vision. This is just a beautiful Ultron. It is my definitive Ultron on the shelf. I still would love to get, like, another 1 or 2 or 3 of it, just to have for, like, an Ultron army for, like, drones. Like, this is Ultron Prime. Maybe find a way to paint the eyes on the previous, like, the other ones, like light blue or something, to make them look different. But that's an amazing figure. Marvel Legends had an amazing year this last year, and yeah, it was really hard not to put more on the list. There were so many other good Marvel Legends, but I might be doing another video at some point of my top 10 Marvel Legends of the year, top 10 comic Legends, movie Legends. If you are interested in any of those videos and you want to see my thoughts and opinions on what my favorite Legends were last year, let me know in the comments below, and I will consider doing those. If I'm not going to do them already, I'm probably going to do them. They'll just be coming, obviously, within the next week or so. My number 8 pick for my favorite figures of the year is the Jazwares Halo Spartan Collection Noble 6. I have to include one of the Spartan Collection on my list. It would have been Master Chief for Series 4. That's an amazing figure. I really love it. But Noble 6 is awesome. I just wish he had the chrome visor still. It is a shame that for some reason on Wave 3 of the figures they just didn't do any of the chrome visors. He looks out of place now with the rest of the Noble team, besides for Emil, who also doesn't have a chrome visor. But either way, it's still an awesome figure overall, and I'm very excited to have him in the collection. But on to number 7. My number 7 favorite pick of the year is the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Z Cooler. I don't know a lot about Dragon Ball. I'm gonna say that right now, but I do play Dragon Ball Fighters every once in a while. A friend of mine got me into it, so I play it with him every once in a while. And one of the first characters I instantly latched onto before ever watching the show, knowing anything about Dragon Ball, I just knew who Goku and Vegeta were, and Frieza. I seen Cooler. I instantly, fell in love with this character's design. I love this. He's just a big, bulky, menacing looking alien, and I really love this figure. He was a bit more expensive. He's one of the two most expensive figures on this list, being at like $100, so it is a little unfair to price him next to these $20 Marvel Legends uh, and Spartan Collection figures, but he's still an amazing figure. He's one that I got right before Christmas time, so he was one of the ones I was kind of pushing the list back for. He bumped out several figures. He bumped several of these figures back down the list. He's an awesome figure. I'm so happy to have it in the collection, and I wouldn't, I don't think I could place him any lower on the list. And our next figure on the list at the number 6 spot is the Star Wars Black Series Deluxe Return of the Jedi Boba Fett. Now this guy is awesome. I love this figure. As soon as I got him, I put him in this pose, and he's been like this pretty much ever since. I've had him for so long. When I got him, I was messing around with him, posing him all these different ways. I wish he had a cloth goods cape, like a soft goods cape, a cloth cape instead of that like plasticky, rubbery one. I think that'd make the figure even better. But this Boba Fett looks amazing. I've been tempted to get the Mafex like re-release of the Boba Fett figure on Big Bad Toy Store, but I just haven't. I don't think I'm going to. I just love this one too much, and that one's expensive, so it's kind of hard to justify wanting to get that when you have an amazing one that was right here for only like $30. It wasn't that bad, but this is a good deluxe figure. It came with a lot of stuff, and it was well worth it for its price point. So there you go. That's number 6. And number 5. This figure is another one that I got early in the year. I never did a review on, but he's been in every review as a stand-in. This is the Mafex Batman Hush, the black and gray variant. Yet again, another amazing figure. I had to include a Mafex figure. I didn't get very many last year. Probably this is one of the only 2 or 3 that I got. Black Manta was another one. So he's one of my first. He's, I think, my first introduction into the Mafex figures, maybe. Wow, is it an amazing figure? I've been trying to get the Mafex Superman for so long now. It just got a restock, and I've missed it every single time. I don't want to pay insane prices for it. But this is another beautiful figure. I only need one Batman in my collection, and this is it. It scales relatively well with Legends. He looks kind of small next to some, but it's a beautiful sculpt. It's got great articulation, had good accessories. It's just an overall fantastic figure, and another one that I'm very happy to have into the collection. And you see him in every review. He's the size comparison for Mafex that I include every time. So, with that out of the way, let's move on to our next figure. Number 4 is a little bit of a cheating figure, but this is the Sentinel Black and Gold Iron Man, as well as the Sentinel Red and Gold Iron Man. I did just pick up the Red and Gold one recently. It is the same figure. The whole thing with this line is it's a lot of reuse, so they pretty much just keep using the same body over and over again, and they just repaint it and whatnot. And so I decided originally the black and gold was the one I got first. It was the one on the list that I had initially, and I just thought that the red and gold one is equally cool. I really like the coloring on it as well, and it's quickly becoming a favorite figure. I love the way that they look together. It's an awesome representation. So they're going to be a jointed pair for number 4. It's a little bit of cheating, but you know what? I don't care. It's my list. They're the same figure. It's just a repaint. So, but if I had to pick one, it'd be the black and gold one over the red and gold, because I have a lot of red and gold Iron Man already. I don't have very many, if any, black and gold Iron Man. So yeah, that one is number 4. Number 3 is probably a surprise to a lot of people, but I am a massive Pokemon fan, and the Jazzwares Pokemon Select line is an awesome line. I'm so happy to get articulated 6-inch scale Pokemon. I think Charizard could have been a tiny bit taller. He's only supposed to be like 5'11", as Charizard's like average height or whatever. But I think the Pokemon heights and their scale is ridiculous. I think so many of them should be bigger in general in Pokemon logic and universe. But Charizard is a phenomenal figure. He is, I believe, the first figure I reviewed on the channel. Um, the I will also probably post links in the description to all these figures that I've reviewed, so I'll have them all down below. I still plan on doing a review for the Red and Gold Iron Man at some point. I think I did Cooler, and I never did Batman. If you want to see a review on the Batman figure, let me know. I could always go back and try and do that. I don't think I did one for Boba as well, but I don't think I'll go back and do him. But this Charizard is awesome. He's the first figure I reviewed on the channel, so he does have a special place in my heart on top of that. But it's just Charizard. He's one of my top 3 favorite Pokemon of all time. It's just another amazing figure. Happy to have it, and I can't wait to see what Jazzware does with the Pokemon Select line throughout the rest of the year. And I know a lot of people even say that Charizard is their preferred over like the SH Figuarts or D-Arts Charizard. So that's saying something when you have a figure that's beating out like $120 import, and it's only, like $20. So that's an amazing figure. It's well worth its place on the list. Number 2 is the 1000 Toys PX exclusive variant of Master Chief. Now, this is the figure that I pushed off on the list for. I made sure as soon as Christmas came out, I seen D Amazing's review on YouTube. It was awesome. It made me change my mind on getting this. I figured, I'm like, it's a almost $160 Master Chief. Like, I have an amazing Master Chief, which was on the number 3 spot before, or 4 spot before, with this Jazzwares one. And this one was awesome. I'm like, it fits with the Marvel Legends, it does everything I need it to do for a Master Chief, and I'm satisfied. And I saw this review for this guy, and I seen the posing that The Amazing got it into, and it's another one of those traps where you get a really good reviewer, and they do a great review for it, and they sway your opinion on a figure. And I went and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna have Christmas money, and I went and bought it, and yeah, I'm very pleased with it. It's an amazing figure. It's now my favorite Master Chief figure that I own. The posing that you could get with him are just wonderful. I'll have a review coming out for him shortly. I plan on doing a review for him, so stay tuned for that. I'm not getting the normal variant. I just have the red, like, Blood Energy Sword version. I'm not going to get the normal one. There's no point. It's the same figure. The only difference is it comes with the blue energy sword. This one comes with a shock rifle and the blood blade sword. So I'm satisfied. But since he did come this year in 2022 instead of 2021, but he released in 2021, I paid for him in 2021. It just took, a couple days to ship over the New Year's weekend and everything like that. So I didn't get him until like the second week of 2022. I do count him as a 2021 figure, though. He did beat this Master Chief out of the list, but I equally love them both. If it's unfair to count him for this year, then I would say this is my number 2 or 3 spot instead for this Master Chief. They kind of share it. It's, they're both awesome figures, and it's kind of weird to say that a $20 figure is on the same like level as a almost $200 figure, but I still love it either way. And let's get to my number 1. Now, these are all amazing figures here. I love every single one of them. I'm happy to have each and every one of them. They all fit somewhere into my collection for something. It's a lot of Marvel, a lot of Halo. You got one Dragon Ball, one Pokemon, one DC, one Star Wars. Would I include more on this? Yeah. Would you like to see some videos of my, opinions on Star Wars? I could always do a Black Series top, like 5 or 10 favorites of the year. I didn't get very many. Pokemon's hard to say because they only released so many, but like, could there have been so many other figures that have been in these spots? Yeah, but I think all these figures here are ones that are like, I don't think I would replace them on this list with anybody. I think they're all happy. Like, the only one I could maybe say I could live without is Cooler, but not knowing much about Dragon Ball. But every single other one of these figures on this list, they are literally definitive versions of those characters for my shelves now, except for like the Iron Man, because those are just cool. But they're all definitive versions. I happy to own each and every one of them, and I couldn't see not having them in my collection, now having them. Well, with that being said, my number one favorite figure of the year is going back to my overall favorite toy line that I collect. For now, the Spartan collection is kind of, getting there. I'm really loving them. But my overall favorite toy line is the Marvel Legend line. As you can see, number 8, 9, and 10 were Marvel Legends, but we're going to get to number 1. It is the Stealth Iron Man. This is the Ursa Major Wave Iron Man. It is amazing. It's just a repaint of the 80 years red and gold Iron Man. I love that figure. It's probably one of my favorite figures in my overall collection. But this one is amazing. I've always loved the stealth look of Iron Man. The original stealth variant of Wave 1 of Toy Biz Iron Man that they did way back in like 2001 or 2 when that came out. That was one of my favorite figures that I've ever owned. I still own it. Still one of my favorite figures to this day. It's one of the first few figures I've ever gotten as a kid from my parents. I love this figure. It's a beautiful figure. I do know it has some issues, like it's got like the weird white, like kind of dust on it from the factory or whatever. You could get that off pretty easily with either just like a cloth, a towel, your shirt, water, anything you could get that off with. I do know this figure also had some issues with, I think, crotch explosions. So you got issues with the figure, but overall, it's still my favorite figure of the year. It's my favorite look for Iron Man. I love this look, the stealth look. I love the red and gold too, but this stealth one, the figure itself has such a special place to me in my heart, and I love it, and I'm just very happy to actually have it remade, because I bought a second 80th anniversary Iron Man to do a repaint of, and I never did because I had a feeling that Hasbro would do it, and they actually did, and I'm very happy. So yeah, let's really quick do a quick scan out. Here's everybody that we got here. This is my top 10 of the year. As you can see, though, there are 13 on there, but you could just, consider the camo Miles and the red and gold Iron Man and the Jazzwares Master Chief back there. You could consider them out, but at the same time, they are all essentially the same figure except for those two. But I still love that Master Chief. That's my definitive Chief for the Spartan collection, is the Series 4. Walgreens one probably would be my definitive one because it's just the Series 3 Master Chief, like color-wise and like battle damage, but it's got the Series 4 head with the chrome visor, but it's also got an energy sword hand, so that one's my definitive, that would be my definitive Chief for the Spartan collection, but for now, it's this one. I really just love the look of it, but, and I think he fits a little bit better, as you can see, with, like, 6-inch figures with, like, Spartan collection, or with, like, Marvel Legends. Chief is, I guess the Sentinel one, or the 1,000 Toys one, works, being a little bit taller than that Iron Man, because Chief is supposed to be like 7 foot tall. He's supposed to be massive. But either way, this is it. I'm happy to own each one. Like I said, they all are ones that I couldn't see myself not owning, and I love every single one. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you want to see top 5s or top 10s for any other brand that I've reviewed on the channel, let me know in the comments below. I will probably be doing at least a Marvel Legends top 10 overall. I might still do a Marvel Legends top 10 overall comic and overall MCU, because there were a lot of both of those, and Marvel Legends is my main line that I collect. There are a lot of amazing figures coming out this year, and I bought way too many last year, and I'm gonna try and tone it down this year a little bit because I don't have the money for it. Like, this year was insane. As you can see here, there are 5 insanely expensive figures, and that's just a couple of them that I bought. And I try to get as many good deals as I can, but like it's hard, you collectors out there know. But thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. Hopefully you did like my top 10. Let me know in the comments below, what were your top 10 figures of the year? Did any of these make the list for you guys? I would assume some of them did, because some of these were amazing figures. But let me know that in the comments below. If you haven't done so already, would always appreciate a like as well as a subscribe if you are new to the channel. If you have done both of those already, then thank you very much. I do appreciate you, and I can't wait to see what 2022 brings for me and for the channel, and hopefully all you guys have a great year as well, and hopefully you had a great year last year. So I will see you guys all in the next video. I don't know what it's going to be. Hopefully I do it soon. I've been in a rut lately, and one of the things you can expect is a review for that Master Chief and a review for that Iron Man to come out on the channel. So, I will see you guys all next time. Have a good one, everyone. Bye.